Are you ready to explore colors? Then let's get started. If you have come here by accident, or if this is your first session, please go back to the first 5 sessions that we have already posted. Take a look at them and then come over here. We have already been drawing basic shapes, lines, and we tried drawing one 3D shape in the previous sessions. Today we will be exploring more 3D shapes. So the materials we'll be needing for today's class is a wad of papers and a pencil. Earlier we saw how to draw a square, a rectangle, a triangle, a circle, a oval. What else did we see? We saw a kite, kind of like that. And then we drew another couple of shapes which were kind of like a trapezium, like that. And then we tried a little of hexagon and pentagon. Now let's start again with the cone. For a cone, we first made an oval shape, and then kind of fixed a triangle over that and made the cone shape. Now, so that's a cone that has its face down, and you kind of get a view of the cone from the bottom up because you're able to see inside the cone. Now let's try a cone that we get a top view of, okay, kind of like from the top. So first let's draw this part of the triangle, and then let's just draw a semicircle or kind of like half an oval underneath. That looks like a cone from the side or the top because you don't see these inside parts of the cone. One other way to draw this cone is actually draw a oval and then erase out just this line, and you will be able to get a cone that has a top view. How about a cone from the side? This time draw a standing oval, like that, and then connect the triangle sideward. So this is a cone that's on its side, but if you see, it's not proper. The reason it's not proper is because this line here, let me make it a little darker, this line here can be considered the floor, and a cone does not rest only on one of its edges. This whole surface needs to be on the floor. So let's try that again. This time let's draw this line first. You can kind of have the paper so that we kind of draw a V shape. Draw the oval here. This shape looks more realistic because you can see that the cone is on a plane, on a floor. You can also make this cone upside down by drawing the oval again. Now what does it resemble? Now that is an ice cream cone, and you can go ahead and maybe make a few lines like that, like semicircles. Like I've added 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 semicircles, and when you color all of this in maybe chocolate or strawberry or vanilla colors, you'll get an ice cream cone. So that's it for cones. Now let's try drawing cylinders. Cylinders are really simple too. Again, we'll be making use of the oval. Cylinders are really simple too. So a cylinder is something like this. So when you see it from the top, all you see is 2 lines that are parallel to each other, that are connected by an oval on the top and half a oval on the bottom. So that right here is a cylinder. Let's try this. So draw 2 parallel lines. If you want to get a top view of the cone, or of the cylinder, go ahead and draw an oval on the top and then half an oval on the bottom. Now if you want to draw a cylinder that has a bottom up view, then again go ahead and draw 2 parallel lines. Make the oval on the bottom. On the top, connect it with half an oval. So that's how you draw a cylinder. Now let's reverse this image. In this image you have a view where the cylinder is viewed from its right. So that is where you view it from. In this one, the view is from the top. And on this one, the view is from the bottom. Let's draw a cylinder which is viewed from its left. Like that. So there's the oval. So whichever direction you want it to be viewed from, that's where you have the full oval. And then 2 parallel lines from the top of the oval or the sides of the oval. And then a half oval on the other side. And the cube can be drawn in a number of ways. The first and the easiest way to draw a cube is to draw a square and then make a point, like maybe somewhere before the halfway on this line and a little to the top, like that, and draw another square which measures almost the same as this square. So I'm just marking the spots. Go ahead and mark the spots like this. Like we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 marks here, which are parallel to 1, 2, 3 and 4 of these corners of the square. And then go ahead and connect them to the corners of this square. Now go ahead and connect these lines and you got a cube. Let's try another view, another way actually. this is a box. What I've really done here is not much different. So I have just left this box opaque or not transparent so that you cannot see the inside lines. I mean, like on the other one, you cannot see the inside lines. If you are able to see the inside lines, it will look something like that. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 sides. But when we don't draw the inside lines, it looks like we are looking at it from the outside and it looks like a packed box. Now go ahead and try this. Go ahead, make a square. Like that. And then just like we did with the first one, here, make the points. Okay, and now we are going to be connecting the points just like we did on the other one. But we are not going to be connecting the points on the inside. We are not going to be doing this or this, right? So, or this one for that matter. So now what happens, you have a box from the outside. Now let's say this box is open on the top. So it's like a box, but this is the top of the box and it's open on the top. What happens now? Go ahead, and because this is the area you can see inside the box, in that case we'll be able to see this part. This line is out on the outside, this corner is on the outside, and this corner is on the outside as well. So you do not see any other parts except for this one. So this is a box that's open on the top. Is a sphere. And a sphere is really interesting because when you see a ball, you see a circle, and that's all there is to see. You see a ball, there is a circle, and it's just a circle, right? So how do you make this circle that I'm going to draw? So let's go ahead and draw a circle. So you can use any one of the 3 methods we used to draw a circle. So we have this circle. Now, how do we make this look like a sphere, a ball shape, right? Something like a globe or a marble. That is when shading comes in. So for starters, let's just, it's the same pencil, I just want a little more of, graphite on the sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making dark shades on the top. Look, I'm using the overhead way of holding the pencil to make the shading. So I'm going to make this really dark in the top, and then as you come down, I'm using the same pencil, but I'm not putting as much pressure. I'm not putting hard lines on the paper as I did on the top top, I'm really pressing the pencil on the paper. But when I come to the middle of it, I'm lightly holding the pencil. I'm not pressing it as much. And then as I come to the bottom, I'm barely holding the pencil to the paper. So now that kind of gives you an appearance of a three-dimensional shape. So to make it even more, to give the illusion of a 3D even more, what you do is we add shadows around the circle. See that? Now that looks like a spear. Now let's try that again. This time you draw with me. Take a pencil and make a circle. If I've made the circle before you have, just go ahead, pause the video, make the circle, finish making your circle, and then play the video. Now I've finished making the circle, and I'm gonna be making my shades. So this time I'm gonna be making this side of it really dark and applying a lot of pressure to these areas. And as I move to the sides, to the middle that is, I'm kind of lessening the pressure. I'm still using the overhead hold to hold my pencil while I'm shading, and then even littler pressure, even much less pressure as I go towards the edges. And really light pressure on the sides. And then, since you see that this side is dark and this side is lighter, which means the light is coming from this direction, the shadow is going to be just on this side. So I'm just introducing you to the shadows here. We'll be doing a whole session of shadows later. We're just having a preview because we are doing the circle and the spear. Okay, now. Now this is predefined 3D shapes. Now I'm going to teach you a technique with which you can make any shape into a 3D shape. Okay. Go ahead, pick up your pencils and draw a random blob like this. Are you able to see it? Let me just darken the lines. A blob like that. And let's see how to make this shape into a 3D shape. So all you have to do is you have to find the corners of this blob. Like this is a corner, this is an edge, like this is a smooth line, and this is an edge. So from this edge, go ahead, draw a line downwards, and the next edge you see is over here. So go ahead and draw a line downwards from here, the same height as this one, and the next one is here. So another line downwards. This edge is on the inside. You will be drawing another line over here, this one, and this one. You see how I picked the edges? This is a smooth line, and here is a curve or an edge. So another one over here and another one over here. Now with this, follow the same lines as these ones. So we go, there's a curve over here, so we kind of like curve it here and bring it out here, and then repeat the same line here, and then this line over here, and then this curve over here, this curve over here. You see the pattern which I'm going in? You see, now that is a 3D shape. So let's try this again. This time you draw a silly shape, and let me also draw a silly shape. I'm going to be drawing a very simple silly shape. This is how it looks, like if you spill some water or something. So this is how it looks. And then go ahead and find the corners. So we have this curve, we have this curve, we have this curve, this, and this, and this. So draw lines from these points. Now this point will be on the inside, so let's not do this time. This one will be partly on the outside. Let's go ahead and do it. This one still goes inside, so let's just do half of that. Now let's make the same shape as the top. You see that that's a 3D shape which has a solid top like that, and that's the reason we are not able to see the inside of this line and this line and this corner. The reason being, we imagine that this has a solid top, and these sides are also solid. So maybe we can put strokes like these to indicate that the difference between that and that, the top and the sides. You see, now go ahead and make another silly shape and try it. So edge, 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 another edge, another edge. This is going to be on the inside, so let's not do that. And now the same pattern, kind of like a, did I get that right? Yeah, kind of like a S over here, and then just like a curve over here, another and you got yourself another 3D shape with the top covered. Go ahead and try again and again and again. Have fun doing various shapes. You can even try this with your alphabets. Like my name starts with a J, so let's just try this before we finish up for today. So my name starts with a J. I am going to draw a J like this. Make it in bubbly letters. So make a J like this, or I mean your name, and then go ahead and draw lines from the corners. This will be on the inside, this will be right below it, so we'll have this one as well. So this will be copying this line, this one again, this one would be the same shape as that one. So you see, we have made a 3D J. Let's try it with a maybe, or a D. And then edges, edges, edge, and this corner as well, so kind of like there, because we've needed to do this edge as well. With this we cannot end here because this line goes all the way here, so even though there is a block here, we need to complete this and take it all the way there. So there you have it. Go ahead and try doing this with at least 4 or 5 alphabets, if not all of it, on your name, and show it to me on the comments. Okay, so that'll be all for today. Tomorrow we'll be doing basic shapes. In the next session we'll be doing basic shapes, and we'll be drawing stuff like using these 3D shapes and the basic 2D shapes. We'll be doing stuff like houses, and what else is there, like mountains. So it's all gonna be fun. See you there. Bye bye.